What up, guys? Welcome to episode 43 of Fresh Off the Mats here with the Jiu-Jitsu Joes. Oi.
It's been a long week. It's only
been a long week.
It's only Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday, but you know what? I feel better this week than I did last week when we had that shortened week because of 4th of July and all that. It's nice to get back to schedule.
It is. That was a good week for us.
It was a good week, but
I like having that random open mat. That random open mat, I don't know. That one, it was packed.
Super packed.
But just
holiday open mats are just usually good because more people could come to them and stuff, and more people who don't usually come to those hours.
Yeah,
like
they
11
show
12,
up.
They show up and you get different looks. It's good.
They're also not tired from the whole day, so you will also get a different roll out of it too. That's the cool part.
Well, because think about because someone who comes at 6:30 or 7:30 p.m.
worked all day.
They worked all day. They're tired, so it's
I'm here to just get these rolls and move on.
What's new with you?
Nothing. This fucking heat.
Bro, the heat has been egregious.
Dude.
The heat is raping me lately. It's just egregious.
No, I had...
The heat should be arrested and charged with a felony.
It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I can't wait till winter and fall. I had a client yesterday. We walked outside. Her dog threw the biggest tantrum to try to get back inside.
Oh, really?
Literally, we walked out for about maybe 5-10 minutes at best, and by the end of that, dog was like, "I'm."
Do you suggest people with dogs that have a lot of hair shaving them? No.
Depends on the breed. Okay. So I've seen someone try to do that to a German Shepherd. Yeah. German Shepherds have what's called a double coat.
Okay.
And that internal coat helps keep them cool. Okay. And then people, when they'll go and try to be like, "Oh, let me help my dog," and shave it, the dog now no longer has heat regulation, and you're just gonna burn them. And they'll end up burning. So it's certain dogs
Because I see some dogs with big coats, and I'm God,
most of those dogs shouldn't be down here. You see a husky shouldn't really be down here. Those dogs are meant for that. That's why when people are like, bring your dog inside, and you'll see the videos, but the dog is sitting in the snow, and it doesn't want to come in because it's comfortable, or you set out a bunch of ice. So if you have one of those type of breeds, get a kiddie pool, fill it with some water and some ice, just let your dog chill out.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're taking it outside, let the dog chill out in the water, let it cool off.
Because I see some of these big dogs, dude, with all this fur, and I'm like, how the fuck do
But they heat regulate. So most of them have that double coat.
I just wasn't sure if it was a good idea to shave a dog or not shave a dog.
Only certain breeds. And you'll know, usually, and then if you don't know, ask your groomer and ask your vet, hey, is this the type of dog I should shave? And that's it. But outside of that, no.
I'm the type of dog that needs to be shaved.
Yeah, same.
My back and hair.
See, I'm not that bad. Maybe.
My arms I've never shaved. This has always been like this. It's never gone egregious, but my back.
It might get even darker than this.
Hairy as fuck.
It's been I think a month since the last time I shaved my arms.
Dude,
I've been shaving my arms since I was 16 though.
Yeah.
I've been getting rid of.
I don't know. The arms just never bothered me. It was always the back.
You're not like me. I'm hairy. My shit covers my knuckles all the way down.
Yeah, self grooming is important. You ever see so now that I've been going to a regular gym, not CrossFit, the around the clock gym, bro, you walk in that locker room, people are brave, dude.
I don't go in locker rooms. This is disgusting.
You don't have to take a shit ever? Bro, sometimes today, oh my God, I had to shit so bad on my way to the gym, and I get there and of course all 3 toilets are being used, and I'm just standing there, I'm like, fuck, I gotta blow it up. But you go in that locker room, dude, bro, this one guy was hairy as fuck, just walking around naked. Just naked, but black hair, thick black hair, bro, looked
that porn star dude. What's his name? It's the famous porn star. He's short dude, fat guy.
I don't know. Ron Jeremy?
That guy.
That guy? Yeah. Was he hairy? I don't remember if Ron Jeremy was hairy or not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but this guy was
he looks that one actor.
Bro, this guy looked like he was wearing a sweatsuit on. I was like, and I did a double take because it was so egregious how much hair was there. And I'm like, dude, you don't even need a sauna suit. Just walk around in your fucking hairy ass body. Dick out. Bro, people just be brave at the gym. Just walking around no big deal. Just all hairy and crazy. What happened? What?
Ron Jeremy is facing 34 counts of rape and sexual misconduct allegations spanning over a 23-year period.
Really?
That's in February of this year, dog.
Ron Jeremy's facing allegations? Bro, he's in the porn industry. Can you really charge a porn star with rape?
I mean, he can't rape people.
Bro, they
not
want
the people there. Shut
they
up.
Want it.
Shut up.
They're Jesus let me see that porn star dick.
You're an idiot.
I don't even understand the like infatuation with Ron Jeremy because he didn't have a hog on him, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he was like super well endowed. I think he just had an average dick.
You know what it is? It's probably because around that time, like
Porn stars weren't really a thing.
Yeah, so like he was the face of it, and so
porn.
everyone knew him into our generation as well, just because it's like that's the name to know.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah, that was him.
Just
Not a
out
bad
here-
looking dude back in the
Out
day.
here raping people. Look at him, he's hairy.
Listen, man, it is what it is. If you're in the porn industry, you're
His
gonna
name
get
is
raped.
Ronald Hyatt.
Ronald Hyatt.
Look at him. He definitely raped people. Look at that face.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It-
It's weird to me because I don't want to judge like people who like are in this industry, but like at the same token, like you're dancing with the devil, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're in the realm of sex. Like some shit's gonna happen to you that you don't want to happen to you.
I don't think it was his co-stars claiming it.
No, but what I'm saying is when you hang around in these environments, it's like hanging out at the bar every night. At some point, there's going to be a fight, something, not even an alcoholic, but something bad. You're hanging out in places where there's a higher probability of problems happening. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if a porn star's like, oh, I got gonorrhea or I got this, it's like, yeah, no shit. Like, you're hanging out in the realm of where that could happen. Like,
Shit.
it's kind of like
You're gross, of course.
No, it's not gross. Listen, I'm not saying anything. Like, porn stars are people too. I'm not saying anything wrong, but you're hanging out in the environment, dude. If you work at a bar, at some point you're going to be involved in a fight. The longer you hang out at a bar,
Facts.
more chances it's going to happen. It's just the environment you hang out in. I don't know.
So
For
that means
me,
a
it's
lot of people need to hang out in the gym. Just hang out.
yeah, more people should go to the gym because at some point you're going to gain some muscle, and
Maybe.
at some point
You're going to want to pick something up.
Well,
It's going to seem interesting sooner or later. Or maybe you'll just be on the treadmill forever.
yeah, you'd be one of those cardio bunnies that doesn't gain any muscle and just is like
Just
real
sits there
thin.
doing cardio 24/7. It's just like, bro. Just
Bro,
go.
like there's no development. You don't notice there's no development in your body.
I got so fast, and I would just do walks. That was it. I would walk. So you know the most I would run 10 minutes. My goal would always be let me just hit a mile, and then I wouldn't run anymore. And then every now and then I would do sprints. I would do about 10 sets of sprints for about a 30 on, 90 seconds off. So 30 on, 90 seconds off, and that's all I would do. I got down to a 6-minute mile again. That was just a few years ago.
I don't do
like,
running.
Well, I just wanted to see if I could.
My
At that time,
cardio
I was in the Marine Corps too, so I
comes
had to
from
get
assault
good at
bike
running.
and rowing. I like rowing and I like the assault
I like
bike.
those
Those are
two.
my favorite things.
Dude,
to
the
do.
assault
and the
bike,
skier. The
The
skier.
I
is a
don't,
lot
I
of
don't
fun.
give a fuck about the skier.
Really?
I've done it. I like it.
I like it. I don't know. It feels
It's-
good. I don't know.
it's-
I enjoy it.
I'm like, man, I don't know.
How long do you think that black turf is at around the clock? Like how
I
many
haven't been
feet?
there in so long. I can't even picture it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how many it is, but like I like to put
Sleds.
what no, well that too, but I also like to put what's that called, the hex bar
Trap bar,
deadlift thing.
trap bar, hex bar.
I like to load that up and do farmers carries up and down with that.
That's
I
a good
enjoy that. It's a good time. That's the most I do. I
Bro,
don't
the
do
assault
running.
bike gets you a leg pump.
Oh yeah, dude.
My
Especially
quads.
you got to put the seat a little lower, so that way at certain points you could raise off the
Yeah.
seat and use the power of your legs to come
Dude.
down and hard on.
That assault bike, man, I did that. I think Mac and I worked out a leg day. Now, I read my programming wrong. It's because Orlando made me a program. And I was like, all right, cool. And I read it wrong. It was for the next day for a warm-up.
Okay.
And so we did a leg day, though. And then I thought it was for that day at the end. And I was cursing his ass out while I was doing it. I was like, this motherfucker put a salt bike after my fucking leg day. My legs are already pumped. I get on there, bro. I got off and my quads were like legit. All the veins were out and just pumped.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. And my wife was like, stand up. I was like, I can't. I was like, they won't extend. I was like, I gotta sit here for. It took me about 2-3 minutes. I see Orlando literally the next day. I was like, hey, motherfucker. I was like, what the hell was that about?
Yeah.
Like, why are you setting up a salt bike after leg day?
He's like,
he goes, I did it. He was just like, look. I was like, oh,
shit.
it was supposed to be the warm up for today. He goes, yeah, but guess what you're going to do? I was like, warm up today.
Warm up.
Yeah.
I like to do on days that I'm doing like heavy back squats. I like to row, like to
Yeah.
warm up, row, then do my sets of back squats, then finish off with a salt bike. And bro, my legs, I'm walking afterwards like Bambi on ice. I can't fucking move.
Afterwards, man.
Yeah, dude, my legs are fried after that. But like I don't think it's good to go from like just back squatting to like, okay, I'm done. Like I think like you need like some kind of like movement in the leg. That's why I like the assault bike afterwards, just to keep the blood pumping. Yeah.
And all that.
It doesn't have to be something extremely hard, just like at least a bike just to get the blood moving to the
so
areas.
at that time that was the issue. That was a Metcon I had to do. It was a conditioning workout with that assault bike.
Yeah.
But usually it's like cool down, talking pace.
Yeah.
As long as I can maintain a conversation fast enough to where it's like I have to think, but I can maintain a conversation, right? And I'm riding the bike. So it's fast enough to where it's usually about 50 to 55 RPMs is usually where I'm at for that.
That's good. Yeah, I think it's important, man. I'm getting definitely more comfortable at a regular gym now. Like today I snatched for the first time at the gym. And like I'm not used to like, because I don't want to be the guy who's slamming weights, but the thing is when you're snatching like 175 pounds,
coming back down,
it's like, dude, I bring it to my hips and I drop it. Like I'm not gonna like.
It's also probably a bad of habits. I mean, not bad habits, but like you were in a gym where that's like, yeah, you just drop it.
Yeah.
And so like.
Yeah, so it's getting used to it, which the platforms are there. Like you could drop on the platform, so like I don't see what the big deal is. But like the thing is that people look when you drop, so it's like
I'm probably wondering they're gonna just see the weight you're using.
Yeah.
And that's also the thing too. It's like when you're dropping it like that and you're picking up like 45 pounds.
Yeah, no, listen, the bar had today I was dropping it. The bar had 175 pounds with a full squat snatch where like you snatch it, drop into squat, stand it up. Bro, when you're overhead like this, I'm not bringing it back down. I'm just going to drop the shit, dude. Like
that's but that's what I mean. Like when people see that, no one's going to be like, "Oh."
Yeah.
But when it's like very lightweight.
People are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Can you fucking place that down, motherfucker? You'd be alright."
That's why I wish the platforms were like in a smaller room off to the side, not in the open area.
The Boy Scout, the Boy Scout one. They're Omni now, right? Did they become Omni or are they?
No, they're around the clock. They're becoming New York Sports Club.
New York Sports Club. The one on Boy Scout, if I remember correctly, they should have a CrossFit.
They have a CrossFit gym, but it's not a part of the gym. Like
what?
You have to it's not a part of your membership. Like you have to join the CrossFit around the clock. Yeah.
When I worked there, that's what it was. It was like you sign up and you can go do CrossFit if you want. Yeah. Or no, they did pay. They paid like an extra $20 a month, and you had access to their whole gym.
I don't think it's $20. No. I mean, I haven't looked into it, but I see it there all the time.
Well, what would be the point to go to a normal gym and just go so you can sign up for CrossFit again?
That's what I'm saying. Like. There's only certain things I miss, like doing clean and jerks or snatches. Like I just miss Olympic weightlift things. But the platforms are there, and that's what those are for. And they have bumper plates, so that's what they're for. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like you're dropping steel plates or some shit.
Which that sound is amazing. I don't care what anyone says. The
good.
plates start clanking. Just clink, clink,
clink. I witnessed the high schooler thing for the first time. What was it?
What high school?
Yesterday. I went to the gym in the afternoon. I usually
with the high school crowd.
Bro,
stupid.
So I'm in the section where the dumbbells are, and I'm doing that standing press where like the two bars are here, and you're just pressing forward with the weights.
Are you just doing the same exercise you've been doing with Brian and just riding that wave until you work out again?
No. He showed me that. And I really enjoy it. It was good to warm up with that before doing bench. So I'm doing that, and I see in the mirror, bro. There's like 7 high schoolers with tank tops. Mind you, none of them are fit. Like they're all just skinny.
And they're like all 15 to 17.
They're all crowding around a bench. And I swear to God, I looked at the phone just to see what time it was. Not a single one put their ass on that bench for 15 minutes. For 15 minutes, the 7 of them are standing around the bench, just bullshitting, hogging the bench before anyone sat down and actually did a set. And I'm like, dude, like, are you here to socialize or are you here to fucking work out? Like, I don't like to talk. I like headphones in, get my 45 to an hour done in there and be out. Like, I don't want to, like, have a podcast and talk to people and shit like that. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Then you got weirdos at the gym, too. This guy was, like, rapping and stuff, like, to himself. And then all of a sudden, where, like, that little lane is where you're walking to the area, he started doing handstand walks.
But it's, like, in a walking area.
Like, it's not in an area for fitness. It's like in a transitional area that you're walking to. He just started doing handstand walks, and then he would get up and, like, say his raps and stuff. Like, I'm good at handstand walks. Look at me do this. And then he would do it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And there's one lady there.
This is at the high school time?
Yeah, this was at the high school time. But this was an older gentleman. This wasn't like a high schooler. Yeah. It was just
They're
weird.
usually
I've
the ones
seen
that
a
do the
lady
weird stuff.
talking to herself, like clearly homeless and like mental illness, just no headphones in, talking to herself. And
In
I'm
the
like,
gym?
In the gym. In the gym.
She working out?
She'd jump on a cardio machine, come off, and be like, and then go back on. I'm like,
You sure you didn't see like a headphone?
I swear, no headphones because I double checked. I'm like, do you have
Is she
headphones in?
crazy?
Is she on Bluetooth right now? No headphones in. Nothing. It's weird.
Hey,
The
bro,
things you see
sometimes
at the gym
having a
is weird.
conversation with yourself is the best conversation.
I guess, man. I guess.
People will be like, don't answer yourself. Fuck that. I want to answer my own questions.
Have a podcast with yourself.
Yes. Just
Dude.
act like you, bro. Non-existent.
Can we talk about etiquette in jiu-jitsu, dude?
Like what?
Bro. It's different now. Like I don't think you remember times like this because was it 4 years now for you?
No, I told you yesterday.
3?
October will be 3.
3 years.
Dude, I
God damn.
haven't been doing this that long.
So, bro, I remember when I was like starting jiu-jitsu like 11 years ago and stuff like that. Like,
You got hazed every day, huh?
no, not haze, but like the etiquette was like just shut your mouth and do the work. Like that. Like, that's how it's always been in my mind. Is like, bro, nobody gives a fuck about your opinion, your philosophies, blah 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 blah. Just shut your mouth and do the work. The only person that should have the right to like talk and give you their word of wisdom is the head instructor of the gym, whoever that is, because they're the head instructor. They've been through it all. They know it all. Like, not know it all, but like they've been through the rounds. But like for white belts, for blue belts, for purple belts, like, bro, for you to like talk out of pocket on like your philosophies of jiu-jitsu and like all this nonsense and what you think etiquette should be and what you think things should be run at, bro, nowadays I'm like jaw dropped when I see these things. It's insane. And not so much like, obviously not you, but like I'm talking about like I've seen like other purple belts, I've seen blue belts and white belts where like and not just, I'm not talking about the gym, I'm talking about in general, like even online, like social media, where like I'll see a blue belt who's like blah 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 blah, I do this and these are the keys to success, and I'm like, you're a blue belt, you're giving the 7 keys to success of jiu-jitsu, and this
Like
is coming out of the mouth of a blue belt.
Like the influencer.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. When I was a blue belt, quiet. What do you know? What? First of all, white and blue belt, you're still a beginner.
Yeah.
You're still a beginner as a blue belt.
Just intermediate, right?
But like, you talking about like your philosophies and what jiu-jitsu means to you and like the keys to success, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? Who asked you? Does anyone care? Bro, first of all, jiu-jitsu's rented. And I don't care what anybody says, jiu-jitsu is rented. We rent it. Jiu-jitsu will always be here long after you're dead, long after I'm dead. We rent jiu-jitsu. We don't keep it. It's not something that you keep. It was here before me and you were alive. It will be here after me and you are alive. So there's a reason why traditions and all these things are important to pass down. There's a reason why these things have to be in place. And it blows me away when I see the nerve of like a white belt or a blue belt to like say some shit to like a black belt or whatever. And like, it's like, dude, where have our morals gone and all these like values and traditions and this being a martial art at the end of the day? It doesn't give a fuck, bro. It does not give a fuck about what you think as a blue belt. I'm sorry. Your opinion as a white and blue belt is like, okay.
We still gotta
You tell me after a year of training, you know things. Like, you just like... And again, I'm not saying as a black belt, I cannot learn a new tip or trick from a white belt, from a blue belt. But for you to have this high moral ground where, like, I'm seeing these social media darlings who are like, oh, I'm a blue belt. Here are the 7 tips to success in jiu-jitsu. It's like, who the fuck asked you? Who asked you? Bro, a blue belt doing privates.
What?
What? What are you showing? Hip escape? You showing shrimping? You showing how to butt scoot? Like, tell me, what are you showing that you think you deserve $50 an hour, $60 an hour to teach someone who just started a year after you did?
It's gonna be what's it called? An 8-year blue belt.
Bro, it just, these things blow my mind, Mario. Like, I don't know. And again, I know I came up in a different time. I know 10 years ago is a lot longer. The old man on the porch, probably.
Well, yeah, but it happens in the Marine Corps too. You'll hear it all the time. People be like, "Oh, back in the day, back in the old Corps, all the old Corps," and that's you'll hear these older Marines always say like, "Well, when I first started, when I was a boot," and it's like, okay.
I understand that I sound like the old man yelling on the porch,
Yep.
But like, bro, these values matter. Like,
It does.
It
does.
matters. And like, I don't need some blue belt telling me like how it should be. The fuck are you telling me, dog? I'm an old dog. I've been doing this shit a while, dude. Fabio's an old dog a while. Johnny's an old dog. As a blue belt, you gonna tell me how things should go? How things should be? What the fuck do you know, dude?
What do you know, Joe?
Bro, I don't know a lot of things. I openly admit it. I've said on this podcast before. I'm a fucking dummy. I don't know a lot of things. I know how to work out. I know jiu-jitsu, and I know Magic the Gathering. Those are my 3 areas that I feel like I know some shit in. Other than those areas, I don't know a lot.
You know some food.
I know food. Yeah, I could do food, jiu-jitsu, Magic the Gathering, and working out. And again, what works for me. I shouldn't even say because I could not teach somebody the way you teach somebody how to work out. Like you're an actual fitness professional. I'm not
I still
that.
doubt that.
I'm good with what I work out with, but it's just
You
crazy,
can go teach
bro.
someone how to Olympic lift. I know you can.
But there are pros out there. Like, you know what I mean?
There
Like,
is.
for you to
Yeah.
come to me, I'm like but like you could go to a legitimate pro at it, someone who's like
There's
does
things
this.
like, and that's what I tell people, especially in my field, is just like, yeah, you can go work out with your friend. I actually had a conversation with someone. I was like, listen,
Yeah.
because she posted up on a page and asked if anyone wants to help her get into a gym to work out with. She wasn't looking for a trainer and all that, but I hit her up and I was like, hey, listen, I am a trainer. And I was like, we could work out together. Like, here's the only stipulations because it's hard. I was like, I can work out in a studio. It would be training and all that, but I was like, I can show you around and show you like what training entails. But I was like, the only thing advice wise I want to give you is because a lot of girls on there started posting because it was a female, like, oh, come work out with me, come work out with me, come work out with me. I don't know what I'm doing either. And I was like, right there is the problem. I was like, now you're having 2 people that have no clue what they're doing. It's like two white belts that walk into the gym and be like, we're gonna do jujitsu. Who's gonna teach you? Oh, we'll just teach each other. How? Like, you don't know what to look for. You don't know proper form. Now, granted, in today's world, we have the internet, right? We have YouTube, but we've talked about it in class. Like, the beauty about having YouTube is it'll give you the idea. And then you can come here to test that idea and then see the small details that you couldn't see in the YouTube video.
But I tell people this all the time. I'm like, YouTube is great, but here's the thing about YouTube. There's a couple of pitfalls. I tell people, use YouTube as a tool. Don't use it as a crutch, because too many people depend on it as a crutch. Like, I'm going to do my game just how I saw it on YouTube and just how this guy does his things on YouTube. I could learn all the things on videos and YouTube. Here's the problem with YouTube. You're going to do, as the partner for me, when I'm demonstrating something, you're going to do everything the way I want to do it. Yeah. You're going to roll a certain way. You're going to allow me to grab. Anybody can make anything look beautiful in videos and YouTube and social media.
Any move that we do at the beginning of class. Like,
yes. You can make
I'm not going to resist you the whole entire time.
But now apply it to a role. Apply it to, oh, where's the detail? Here's the thing with YouTube. Hey, I can't see the detail of how the instructor is grabbing the hip on the other side. How is he grabbing that? So I don't care, bro. This social media of YouTube and Instagram and, oh, I'm going to show you guys how to be a professional ass kicker and all this. Bro, it doesn't fly. I don't think it flies. It's a good tool to have, but you need to be able to apply it in person at the gym and be able to talk to somebody who is a professional in this field. Not somebody who's been doing jiu-jitsu less than 5 years and it's like, I'm going to open up an academy. I'm a purple belt and I'm going to open up a gym and teach people. And I'm just like,
learned that where I was like a purple belt. Because then I think about myself, like there are things like the past Saturday where you asked Travis and I to teach. Yeah. Now we're both purple belts. Granted, Travis has years of experience outside and has done it. And mine is just here. But I have at least the hours behind it to get that understanding of that. And I've done plenty of privates and all that to have a baseline. But even teaching, it was just like, no, the only thing I could teach, it's not like I could teach a random move. It was the move I apply literally almost every single day in here. And I was like, that's what I'm comfortable with teaching. And that was that. It was nothing else.
Plus, I know you and Travis are smart enough to say, hey, we're running the class. We're going to teach something that we're confident in teaching it and can answer all the questions the teacher. I know that if it boils down to it, I didn't even ask what you guys taught, but I'm sure that if you were in charge of a class, you could teach people how to do an armbar, right? You could teach people how to do a triangle, right? I trust that if I need you to cover a class,
as a purple
you could run things like that.
Because you're an intermediate.
I'm not expecting you guys to come in and be like, oh, we're going to teach the De La Hiva into this tornado spinning thing and blah, 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 blah with 20,000 steps to it. No, because Your job as the purple belt who's covering for a black belt is, hey, I'm going to teach just enough to teach the people a class, and I can answer all the questions on the moves I'm going to teach. I'm not going to go outside my realm and teach this thing that has 20,000 steps that I'm not even confident myself doing.
Exactly.
That's the thing, is I trusted you two to have the smarts to do that, which obviously you guys are capable of. I knew you guys weren't going to be like, oh, I never hit this move, but I'm going to teach this thing I saw on YouTube or on fucking Instagram.
Let me go on Instagram real quick. Let me
and show some fancy bullshit.
The newest move to try to teach. Like, no,
fuck out of here, man. And again, I know I sound like the old man on the porch. I know I sound like an old head or whatever. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. That's how we came up. And guess what? 10 years from now, you're going to say to some other kid that's starting out after 2 years the same thing. Bro, when I started in 2023, 2020, whenever, and I started and this shit was like this, and this is how we did things. Bro, when it's 10 years from now, I guarantee you're going to see guys just walking on the mats, not bowing to go on the mats, bowing to go off the mats, asking, hey, can I go grab water? Hey, can I go use the bathroom? Bro, simple shit like that, dude. Simple shit like that.
And so then that's what
blue and white gis. Bro, I hope 10 years from now our gym is still only doing blue and white gis. Not this, oh, I have a tie-dye gi. I have a fucking, that guy, I think it was Jake one time wearing this gi that was quartered up. It was black here, white here, green here, brown here. It looked like a clown.
I never saw that one.
It looked like a clown gi. You're turning our martial art into this fucking circus, dog. Yeah. Red gis and all this nonsense.
It's also part of like the major popularity that it's getting. So it's not just in here too. So a Marine buddy of mine, he's getting into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like now the Marine Corps already has a martial art program. We've talked about it on the podcast. It's good for guys that have never ever been taught something.
Yeah.
Right? That's what McMap is helpful for. But now they're starting a jiu-jitsu program. Okay. Like they're bringing back the McMap instructors, and apparently they are focusing purely on jiu-jitsu. So it's really cool to see to how popular it is getting. But that's also with anything. If anything gets too popular, to avoid the dilution of it.
Yeah. So one of my favorite follows for jiu-jitsu on Instagram, one of my favorite follows is Ken Peters, Zombie Proof Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, I actually just followed him.
Yeah, and bro, the guy wears tie-dye gis and black gis. Again, nothing against him, whatever he does at his school. I'm just saying for me personally, it's always going to be white or blue to the day I die. Like, that's just how it's going to go. I don't have anything against him. Listen, he allows tie-dye gis at his gym. He allows black gis. Cool on him. I have nothing bad to say against him. But for me, as an outside perspective, I don't like that. For me, it's like, bro, you come to my gym, it's got to be white or royal blue. This doesn't fly. It's weird to me. It's the same thing as fatigues. Yep. Fatigues in the Army. Can somebody just come in one day with, I don't know, fucking multicolor fatigues looking different than everyone else? Can your hair be all like...
And that's what I was just
as a Marine, can your beard be... You told me about a guy... saying one time because you had a little bit of scruff or something like that.
Oh, no, that was when I first got in.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like, could anybody nowadays just change all these things?
Well, that was one of the reasons why I got out of the military.
But you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, your fatigues have to be a certain way. Your bed has to be a certain way. Things have to be a certain way.
And that's where, and people look at these small details, like bowing on the mat, right? They look at just something so small like that, and they focus on that. They're not looking at, okay, why am I doing this? Yeah. It's the act of building a small amount of discipline and stacking that discipline.
Yeah.
Like talking to the professor, shaking the professor's hand before you shake everyone else's hand.
Yeah.
It's showing that sign of respect. It's also showing the discipline to be able to do little things, to maintain it, to wear the white and blue. We all match as a school. And what would be really cool is and I understand why Gracie Barra, one of the things they do is you buy their stuff.
Yeah.
So when you go there, it's not just, yes, part of it is money. Yeah, of course. We're in a capitalist society. It's what we do. It's how we build our economy. I don't care what anyone says. Get over it if you don't like it. Go somewhere else that has a smaller country count, or a population count. But when it comes to things like that, look at how Gracie Barra schools are. Like when we go to compete, they have 6 schools that come together because they all wear the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing for us. If the West Coast Marines and the East Coast, there's going to be a little rivalry because, East Coast versus West Coast Marines. But we're Marines.
Yeah.
We look the same. The same thing with Gracie Barra. They all wear their patches. Wherever they go, they're all patched up. They look the same. It's that it builds a bond between the people that are in there because now you belong to something, right? It's the same reason, like, even as small as us wearing only white or blue, what a lot of people don't understand is now it's not that we don't want you to be different, it's just we want you to join us.
Yeah.
Like, it is that act of, in any other situation, is yes, you're part of us now.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go to work for a company, you wear their logos, right? They
You
want
can't
you
go
to
to
do it.
Burger King wearing McDonald's
No,
uniform.
because they want you to be a part of them. You
Yeah.
are representing us, and part of that representation and building those small amounts of
But it's
discipline
also
will spread
tradition
everywhere.
and lineage too,
Yes.
dude. Bro, it's like, I don't know. Me personally, like, to see somebody, like, if we're all wearing white or blue, somebody comes in with a tie-dye gi, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
But
you don't feel weird being in, like, in a martial art and you're wearing this fucking psychedelic, funky thing. Like, it's just odd, bro. It's just odd. And, like, people will shit on, like, Hoyler and Holker when they do their seminars because you have to wear white if
Only
you're a
white,
black belt,
yeah.
only white to their seminars. But you know what, man, bro? These guys put the time in, and even if they're an asshole in person, like, you know, some people have said, like, Holker's not the nicest of people. Even if they're an asshole, bro, they've put the time in. They deserve that respect. I don't care. I don't want to hear your
You don't have to
opinion.
like them personally.
No, but they deserve your respect. And I don't give a damn if you're a 2-year blue belt and what your opinion is. They deserve your respect right off the bat.
Yeah, I should wear
If
any
not,
gi.
bro, you haven't put the blood, sweat, and tears in. I'm sorry, you haven't. You just haven't.
And there's also that side of thing. I mean, I know that we do it here. It's just like, all right, you'll see guys wear other gis and all that. Like, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
But, like, when Guto shows up or if Holker and Hoyler shows up, it's like, hey, you're wearing white or blue.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
That's
your-
it.
It's your only option.
That's
So
it.
you don't like
we
it, it's
tell
like,
people,
cool.
bro, buy white or royal blue because the second those guys come to do a seminar, that's what you have to wear. You can't be wearing your fucking black
And the
gi
thing is, they
or
won't be
your
nice
clown
about it, too.
gi. No.
And so...
They'll say, hey, nice to meet you. Come
Bye.
back when you have a white or blue gi.
And
They deserve that respect to be like, okay, that's
that's
just how
also
it
the
is.
thing is like, but well, people also see that they'll look at that and they'll be like, oh, he's an asshole. Be like, no, he's holding his standard.
Yeah.
Like that's it. They just don't give in on their standard.
Yeah.
They have the standard. That's what they're following. That's what they stick with.
Yeah.
And
And
you
I think
can't
a
be
part
mad
of me
about that.
wants me to uphold that standard. So maybe I sound like the old man on the porch, but I want to uphold that standard. If Fabio, as the head of the gym, says it has to be white or royal blue, guess what? I back him, Johnny backs him, Brian backs him, and it's got to be white or royal blue. That's just how it has to be. I don't need to have a conversation why you think it should be black or this or that. Go to another gym. There's plenty of other gyms that will allow you. I have nothing against that at other gyms. But here is white or royal blue. We have a standard for a reason. We have to maintain a standard. Your representation of Gracie Umaitai Jiu-Jitsu. It's not your jiu-jitsu. It's not Bob Smith's jiu-jitsu. We rent this thing. We do not own it. We rent it. It will be here after we're gone. What?
American Jiu-Jitsu.
Fuck out of here. If you ever call jiu-jitsu American jiu-jitsu, just unfollow me. I don't even want to.
You know what I love?
I don't want to even have this discussion. It's Brazilian jiu-jitsu first and foremost. And if you think that you're entitled to some AJJ and it's American jiu-jitsu, this, go fuck yourself. I have no problem telling anybody, go fuck yourself.
You know what I love about seeing that? Every time I see someone say, "Oh, look, they're doing American Jiu-Jitsu," it's just wrestling. It's not even Jiu-Jitsu anymore. They're just they're all. Here's my biggest gripe. I love it when wrestlers get involved because all they do is talk about wrestling. I'm like, we're doing Jiu-Jitsu. They're like, oh, you guys aren't doing takedowns because we're doing Jiu-Jitsu. You guys don't like going on your back. Jiu-Jitsu guys have no issue with it. So when they're always like, oh, you guys have shitty takedowns, okay. But if you take me down, what usually happens with every wrestler? We've had like 6 wrestlers that come in here. Every single time they've come in, it's guillotine. They go for the double leg every single time because they understand that our takedown is not up to par.
but I took you down, bro.
Yeah,
but you got choked, bro.
You choked.
In this real fight situation, you die.
You die. Like
You
that's
die.
it. It's you're dead. I'm alive. Oh, you took me down.
Oh.
My back is going to be scraped up. It's going to hurt a little bit.
You're
but
dead.
you are not breathing. Like,
Yeah.
and so that's my thing. Is like, and one, I love martial arts. I love wrestling. I love wrestlers because they're fun roles. They're awesome. But this mentality when it's one, I have a big gripe of it within jiu-jitsu too. When jiu-jitsu guys love looking at strikers and then they will say, "Oh, I'm going to own you." Like, no. You'll own them if you get a hold of them
Yeah.
and get them taken down.
Bro,
But if you're standing up with a guy who's a fucking legit boxer, legit kickboxer,
a Dutch kickboxer, good luck.
Bro,
He's gonna kick you in the face so hard.
and fast,
Bro.
And so everyone loves this whole idea of like taking this martial art and making it the best. It's like, why not learn everything for one? That's my big standpoint. But then two, look at the strengths and how you can apply. You know what I love about Dave with his Muay Thai?
Mm-hmm.
The clinch. He's so comfortable clinching. So he's fine in a takedown scenario. His issue is he does stand up more.
Yeah.
But it's just getting out of habits of 30 years of Muay Thai to building habits of what to do in Jiu-Jitsu. But you can see the comfortability of it. But he even says it. He's like, the helpfulness is like when it comes to foot sweeps for him. It's like the second someone stands up, he's like, I'm sweeping them.
Yeah.
And it's that easy because he learned how not to look at, Muay Thai's better. It's like, Muay
How
Thai is
can I-
different.
yeah.
How can I take what I know from Muay Thai to apply? Like a boxer, their stance is going to be different, but their endurance is going to help in Jiu-Jitsu. And it's learning these different ways of
It's
taking
not
all
saying that one is better than the other, because I think the beautiful thing about the UFC is they prove that you need a mixture of all things. Back in the day, if there was a purely jiu-jitsu guy versus a purely boxer guy or purely this, it's one situation. But when you mix everything together, everybody needs to know
especially
a little
when
bit
people
of
were
everything.
unaware.
Yeah.
And that's also the
and
thing,
nowadays
like
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Nowadays everybody takes a little bit of everything. They take jiu-jitsu, they take wrestling, they take kickboxing, Muay Thai, and they blend it all together perfectly.
And it's very helpful when you do that. And like that's where I get so
Those
frustrated.
guys who are solely one thing and they get into UFC, they end up getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just a jiu-jitsu guy, I'm just a wrestler. Doesn't work out for them because now everybody knows a little bit of everything and is a specialist in one or two of those things. So it's crazy. I think we're going down this path where like things are getting like weary and like lost. So I just like I feel like it needs
hold that.
I'll hold the line, dude. It has to be this way. This is how traditions go on further and further.
And you know what's always funny? If you look throughout history, the people that held the traditions usually last.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, when people...
Because gimmicks fade. Bro.
Yeah, that's it.
Gimmicks
It's a
fade.
gimmick. And people are going to have to go back to the original source to get the answers that they're looking for. So then people are going to have to realize like, oh, well, that school's still staying traditional. Let me go learn the traditional way because I'll be able to get the answers I need.
Bro, gimmicks and fads, they fade. That's why they are what they are. Over time, they don't last.
No, it's not a gimmick.
But this motherfucking podcast will last forever. Forever and ever. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you bitches next week. And
So aggressive.
yeah.